We're back today with Classy. This is going to be her first time under saddle, moving forward and learning to hoe. You notice that I have her all in one on with her brow band, so the back headpiece won't slide down her neck. Reins are attached to the side pull loops. What I'm going to do with the lead rope is I fold it in half. I'm going to tuck it under the gullet, draw it through, and it's going to be about the length of the reins, a little bit longer. That way when she moves her head to the other side, it's not going to have pressure on her. Draw the lead rope up a bit. Then I'm going to loop this around my saddle horn. Now for my English saddle, I would actually tie my lead rope in a little latigo string that attaches to the breast collar, and then I would just make a daisy chain, quick release knots. But for the Western saddle, it's just as easy to put it up in the gullet. So I'm going to be mounting her from the ground. We've been using the mounting block before, but today I'm going to mount from the ground and see how she does. Then when I get on, I'm going to flex her and make sure that I can disengage her hindquarters. I'm going to do that first, so on the ground, make sure I have her attention. Flex. I haven't asked for that yet, so not asking. I'm going to wait till she stops. Now I'm going to ask with my thumb. Make sure you put the pressure where your foot would be. That way it translates under saddle. So I'm going to put my thumb where my foot would be, and look at that, how she steps off. Good girl. Not quite a full disengagement though. There. That was better. And I'm going to rub her to a stop. Good girl. She tried. That was good. Not a full disengagement. She's still really learning and gaining muscle control back here. She was quite atrophied, so she had chiropractic because she was needing adjusting. The muscles did atrophy all these years, well, a couple of years at least that we know of since she had her baby. So she had her chiropractic adjustment a few days ago. Is feeling really good, but now she has to learn that muscle control. And we'll be gentle. I'll be gentle, give her time to do that. I'm going to flex, wait till she stops now. Pressure, ask for that disengagement. Good, much better on this side. She flexes much better, she disengages much better on her off side. The near side is difficult. So I'm going to ask again. And I just want to say something about chiropractic. Every horse that comes into training to be started under saddle always gets chiropractic. Every time there's something going on, there's either sore in the shoulder, the pole, T1, hips, sacrum, ribs are out. It's always a given. And I want to set this horse up for success. So I have a very good chiropractor, equine veterinarian that does the chiropractic adjusting. So I'm going to flex again, wait till she stops moving. I'm not asking, so I'm going to just stay with her. I'm not asking now. I know it's a little hard for her to do this side, and I'm going to keep that in mind. That's a mental note that when I go to do a one-rein stop on her near side, she's probably going to be a little more difficult. So then I ask, disengagement, she's trying, a little more, there. She didn't quite cross, but she did step in front. That was good. I know, honey, that's hard. That's hard. And I'm going to just have her lick and chew on that. I want her to relax. I don't want this to be a big deal. I don't want it to be a bummer. I know it's hard. You're trying so hard. What a good girl. What a good girl. So I'm going to ask again. You notice how she's splaying at her feet. Just hold her nose till she stops moving. Rub her to a stop. Now, a little pressure. Better. That was better. I want to get her a little loosened up. Now I have run her through the 5 fundamentals. It was real important to warm her up, so I always warm up before I ride. And now she's ready for my mounting from the ground. So I'm going to lift my legs, step into that, tip that nose just a tiny bit, grab a little mane, stand up, good girl, and gently sit down. Good. I'm going to keep that nose tipped just a little bit. Good girl, let me love you for that. What a good girl you are. What a good girl. Reach down, get my other stirrup. Very, very good. Now I'm going to flex her on this side. Oh, very good girl. Very good girl. Very, very nice. Very nice. So now I'm going to ask her to disengage. I'm going to do it on the side. I know it's easier for her. So I'm just going to put my foot back there. Good girl. And hold her nose till her feet stop moving. Good girl, because that can really make a horse feel unstable and unbalanced. You want to make sure you hold that nose when you do that. Don't let go of that nose, because then they could go, and go off into a buck or bolt. So I'm going to ask this side. She's trying. This side. Good girl, and let go. As soon as I got a single step, I let go. But I'm holding on that nose. Good. Until she was soft. She was kind of pulling on me and fighting me. I'm not going to give her her nose when she's being hard and resistant. I want her to be soft. Ask again. So I really want to make sure that my emergency handbrake is working. Very good. And I just touched her side and immediately released. And she's soft in hand. Very good. So this is really, really good for her first time. This is her more difficult side, so I'm a little more gentle. Good girl. Excellent. Hold that nose till she finds her space. Find your space. Find it. Find it. Holding that nose. Good girl. Very, very good. That was really good. That was really good. So I've got her moving off the pressure of my feet in a one-range stop. And this is going to teach her how to move when I put pressure on with both my feet. So one foot's already got her moving. I'm going to ask a little more. Ask a little more. She's going, I don't know. Can you step again? Good girl. Good job, sweetheart. Good job. Very good. Very good. And I'm hoping for a lick and chew. She's just really wondering, what are you going to do up there? What are you going to do? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up my reins. I tip that nose just a little bit. And I'm going to ask her to kind of go off to the right and then head a little straight. But I first start to the right. Kind of get those front feet unlocked. Good. Very nice. Now I'm going to do a one-rein stop. So I pull that nose and I put my foot back, and I do this all very gently. Very, very gently. I don't slam on the brakes. I don't jerk them around. Very gentle. I want this first ride to be a real success. I want this horse to enjoy this and to learn without fear. So I'm going to pick up those reins again, and I'm going to tip her to the left. And I'm going to ask, she's a little resistant, that's all right. I'm going to ask her to move with both my legs. It's all right. No, I need you this way. There you go. There you go. And ask, good girl. Good girl. And she starts to go. And so I immediately release my legs as soon as I get a little forward motion. She's trying to figure out, what are you asking? Good girl. And I release my reins and release my legs as soon as I get a little forward motion. Good girl. Good girl. Very nice. And I'm going to do a one-rein stop to the right. She's a little resistant about that. I'm going to put my foot back there. Good girl. Good girl. But I don't want to let her have her head unless she's soft. Good job. Good job. So I'm just making sure that that one-rein stop is working for me. If she's going to fight me, then I'm going to ask her to flex again. She's got to be soft in the flex. One of the things you want to make sure that you're doing is not looking at your horse all the time if you're trying to go straight or forward. You want to look up, because if you're looking at your horse, they're going, where are we going? You're looking at me. You're looking at the ground. I look at my horse, and then I look in the direction I want them to go. Good. And so she gets the feel. Oh, I see. If I look at her, then she's worried. What am I supposed to be doing? Good. And I'm going to turn to the left. So I look to the left. Good job. Look at that. Very good. Very good. Now, I'm going to ask her for the hoe, which means I'm going to sit on my pockets and sit on that brake button right between my sit bones. So I'm going to go ho, two, ho. Wow, look at that. She did it. And I just pulled back a little bit. Look at her ears. She's going, what? I'm listening to you. What is it you want? That was terrific. That was really, really good. I just can't believe that. That is excellent. What a good girl. So we're going to look again. Excellent. I'm just gently asking her to go forward. The slightest pressure, giving her head a little bit. She's gently moving because she's got to find her balance with me. Good girl. And we're going to turn again to the left. Good girl. Good girl. See, I'm actually doing direct and neck reining at the same time, using my whole body as I would in dressage. Ho. And I sat on my pockets, and she did it. When I sit on my pockets, I lift just a little bit with my reins because I've got my elbows close to my body. Now we're going to take a right and see about going to the right. Oh, very nice. Very nice. So I'm leaning forward just a little bit of leg pressure, and tipping that nose a little bit to the right. Very good. And I need her to go, I want her to go to H. Very good. Very good. And I'm going to have her go to the left a little bit because I'm looking at H. I'm going to drop my rein. There you go. Tip her nose. Good job. Good job. Now we're going to go to the right. So I look to the right, and I use my hands just ever so slightly, my reins just ever so slightly, and I'm really asking a lot of it through my body. Now I'm going to look over my right shoulder. We're going to take a right. So really she feels that in my sit bones more than the reins, just a little bit on the reins. And I really hold my reins in a dressage hold with just pinching the reins between my thumb and my first finger, and my second finger just squeezes to ask for the change in direction. Very good. Very good. So it's very relaxed. These fingers are very relaxed. My little fingers are always out. I really only steer slightly with my fingers. Good girl. Good girl. And then we're going to hold 2, 3. Wow. Does she know that? Isn't that amazing? Good job. All this groundwork is so paid off. This is excellent. What a good girl. I am thrilled with this first ride. I just can't believe what a piece of cake she is. And that big breath, sigh. So I'm going to do one full circle around the arena in one direction, and we'll go the other direction. So I'm going to work on trying to keeping her to the wall. Look at that, just a little bit of leg pressure, and off she goes. So I'm going to sit up. Good. You want to make sure you're not sitting on your sit bones, because you're going to burn out your brake if you're doing that. You want to sit up and ride your horse between your legs, not on your rear. You got to sit up. Get off your rear. Good. Turn. Turn. Very good. Very good. And I'm using my reins to turn just a little bit, and my body. Good girl. It's very subtle. Very subtle. Good girl. I'm never jerky. The only time I would ever be jerky is if all of a sudden I needed to shut her down because she spooked or got freaked out. She's looking at that. Yeah, that's where the tractor is. Now we're going to take a hard left. So I look over my shoulder. Oh my gosh, look at that. She practically did a turn on the haunch. Wow. Really has so much to do with your body language that you can move the horse under your body. I'm going to take a right. Good girl. Good girl. Very good. Very nice. Very nice. Now I'm going to start loosening up my lower half of my body and walking with her, moving. I was kind of being stiff at first with my lower half. Didn't want to scare her as I moved my body, but now I'm going to start walking in rhythm with her, adding more of my movement so she can really feel and that we are more one. Good girl. I'll step you over. So inside leg and inside rein to get her to step over a little bit. Good girl. Good girl. We're going to turn. Turn. Good. Good. Loosen up my body. Start really riding with her. There. Good. I'm very careful not to give too much information all at once. I don't wiggle my body too much. Oh. Wow. That is so great. That is spectacular. We're going to end it on a good note right here today. What a good girl. What a good girl. So I'm going to jiggle a little bit. Jiggle, jiggle, jiggle. That means I'm going to get off. I'm going to tip her nose. Not asking for her feet to move, so I'm just going to hold that nose till her feet stop moving. I don't have my feet on her. She's a little confused about that. That's all right. We'll just wait. Just wait. Oh, good girl. Now I'm going to get off. Good, good girl. Very nice. Very nice. What an awesome ride. What a good girl. Let me give you a big hug for that. Oh, what a good girl. You are a sweet piece of cake. Yes, you are.